What if the version of you 5 years from now already knows you're watching this? And what if they've been trying to send you a message through your thoughts, your dreams, even your sudden bursts of intuition, but you never knew how to listen? Most people think the future is something far away, something we meet someday. But in quantum science, the future isn't waiting. It's already happening, right now, in a different timeline, in a different state. And your choices today decide which you meet tomorrow. But here's the part no one tells you. Your future self is not separate from you. It's a frequency, a signal, a version of you that already solved the problems you're facing. And you can tune into that signal just like tuning a radio. Today, I want to take you on a short guided experience, a role play, a visualization, a doorway, because sometimes the advice you need is hiding inside the version of you you haven't met yet. Before we start, understand this. This is not fantasy. This is not pretend. Studies in quantum physics, like the observer effect, show that your attention doesn't just watch reality. It bends it, shapes it, moves it. Neuroscience tells us the same thing, but in a different language. What you imagine with emotion rewires the brain as if it's already real. So today, we're using imagination as a tool. A bridge, a way to step into a higher timeline and bring something back. Take a slow breath and let this next part play out in your mind like a movie. Picture yourself standing in a wide open space. It might be a beach, a forest, a rooftop in a futuristic city. Anywhere that feels safe, calm, expansive. Around you, the world is quiet, still, like the universe is holding its breath. And then you see something, a figure walking toward you, slowly, with certainty, with presence. As they get closer, you notice something strange. They move exactly like you. Their eyes look like yours. But there's something different, something powerful, something you've been missing. This is future you, the version of you who made it, who healed, who learned, who grew, who became the person you always felt you could be. And right now, they're here for one reason: to talk to you. Imagine they stop just a few steps away. There's a soft glow around them, like they're made of calm energy, like they carry answers inside their heartbeat. You ask one question, just one. The question you've been afraid to ask. The one that keeps you awake at night. The one your present self can't solve. Feel it rise in your chest. Hear yourself saying it. Let it come out raw and real. And future you smiles, because they already know. They've lived through this moment. They remember being you. They remember this exact choice, this exact fear, this exact turning point. They reach out, place a hand on your shoulder, and say the words you need most. A sentence, a message, a truth so simple that it feels like you already knew it, but forgot. Hold on to that message. Let it sink into your mind like ink in water. Let it become part of you. Because something incredible is happening right now. Your brain is rewriting itself. Your timeline is shifting. Your future is responding. This moment, this imaginary meeting is not just in your head. It's a new neural pattern, a new belief, a new identity forming. Quantum physics calls it superposition, the ability for many futures to exist at once, until you choose one. And right now, you're choosing. Now notice something in future you's hands. They're holding an object, a symbol. Maybe it's a key, a note, a glowing shape, a memory from a life you haven't lived yet. They offer it to you, and as you reach out to take it, something shifts. Time feels soft. The world around you vibrates, like you stepped into a higher frequency. This is not the end of the journey. This is the beginning. Because before future you fades into the light, they lean in and whisper, "There's one more thing you need to know." Everything goes quiet, still, bright, your eyes open. And the message, the second half of what they were about to say, is waiting for you in part 2. Your future self tried to tell you something, but the message is incomplete. In the next part, we're going deeper, into the meaning behind the symbol, into the science that explains this experience, and into the exact steps to reconnect with future you anytime you want. When your eyes opened in part 1, you were left with a half-finished message, a whisper from your future self. A sentence that almost arrived, but didn't. Why? Because you're not ready yet. Not until you understand what just happened inside your mind. Let's go deeper. Imagine your mind is a radio tuner. Right now, you're tuned to Present UFM. It broadcasts all your daily thoughts, your stresses, your habits, your old fears, the stories you tell yourself, but just one turn of the dial away is another station, a higher one. Future You FM, broadcasting from the version of you who already overcame what you're facing. The problem is, most people never learn to tune the dial. They stay stuck on the same mental frequency for years, sometimes for a lifetime. But here's where it gets even stranger. Neuroscience says your brain can tell the difference between a thought you imagine and a thought you experience in real life. Your neurons fire the same way. Your chemistry shifts the same way. Your body reacts the same way. This means something huge. When you visualize meeting future, your brain begins becoming that version, not someday, not in 5 years, but right now. Picture 2 rooms in front of you. Room 1 is the life you're living now. Same habits, same doubts, same routines, same identity. Room 2 is the life future you's living. Confident, clear, focused, aligned. Most people stand in room 1, staring at the door to room 2, but never stepping inside. Why? Because they think the door opens after life gets easier. But the truth is, the door opens the moment you act. Not like who you are, but like who you want to become. This is the moment your timeline shifts. Now imagine if this was applied to your own life. What small action could you take today that belongs to future you? That single act is like a key, turning the lock between the rooms. Let me tell you a short story. There was a young woman named Maya. She felt stuck, lost, like her life was on pause. Every morning she woke up with the same weight in her chest, the fear that she would never reach the life she dreamed of. One night, after hearing about visualization, she tried something simple. She imagined meeting her future self, not in some magical dimension, but in her tiny, messy living room. Future Maya looked calm, centered, bright, and she asked her one question. What did you do to become like this? Future Maya answered with one line. I stopped waiting. That was it. No lightning. No cosmic explosion. Just a quiet truth. The next morning, Maya didn't feel transformed, but she felt aware, like she had a direction. She stood up 30 minutes earlier. She organized her room. She made one call she had been avoiding. She completed one tiny task future Maya would have done without thinking, and something shifted. By the end of that week, she felt momentum. By the end of that month, she felt hope. By the end of that year, she wasn't the same person. People said she changed out of nowhere. But she didn't. She just tuned the radio dial to a new frequency and kept listening. Now here's the real question. What would happen if you did the same? This isn't magic. It's physics and biology working together. Quantum physics shows us that reality doesn't fully solidify until attention interacts with it. Your observation changes the outcome. So when you visualize future you, you're not imagining a fantasy. You're collapsing a possibility into a probability. You're choosing a timeline with your focus. And neuroscience says that repeated imagination is like mental rehearsal. Your brain forms new connections, new pathways, new patterns. This is where most people get it wrong. They try to change their life with force, with willpower, with stress. But real change happens when your identity upgrades, when you think like the person you're becoming, when you act from that new identity, even if your life hasn't caught up yet, because life always catches up. Think of your future self like a kite flying far ahead of you. There's a thin, invisible thread connecting you to them. Every intentional action, every breath, every choice, every small moment where you step into courage, pulls that kite closer. Most people don't know the thread exists. But now you do. So here's a question. What if future you is already pulling back? What if the message they tried to give you in part 1 was meant to guide your next move? Remember the object future you handed you? The key, the note, the glowing symbol, whatever you saw? That wasn't random. Your mind chose it. Because symbols are shortcuts. The subconscious communicates with pictures, not paragraphs. For someone, that key might mean, it's time to unlock something. For another, a note might mean, you already know the answer. For someone else, a glowing sphere might mean, your potential is alive. Now think, why did your future self give you that object? What does it represent? What part of you is asking to awaken? But here's where it gets even stranger. Some people begin seeing their symbol in real life, on a billboard, in a dream, in a song lyric, in a chance conversation. Why? Because your brain is now tuned to that frequency. You notice what matches your future identity. So ask yourself, have you already seen hints of your future self in your daily life and just ignored them? Let's go back to the moment where everything paused. Where future you leaned in and whispered, "There's one more thing you need to know." The sentence that cut off, that wasn't a glitch, it was an invitation. Because the next part cannot be given to you. It must be unlocked from within you. Part 3 is that unlocking. We're going back into the visualization. We're returning to the meeting place. And this time, the message completes itself. But be ready. Because once you hear it, nothing in your life will feel the same again. Future, you leaned in close. The world around you paused. The air felt thick with meaning. And the message almost arrived. Almost. Now, we return to that moment. Take a breath. Feel the scene reform around you. The same place. The same stillness. The same soft glow around future you. Only this time, the message doesn't fade. It completes. Future you looks right into your eyes and says, "You already carry the answer. But you must become the version of you who believes it." That's the heart of it. The resolution. The truth hidden under everything you've been feeling. You don't need permission. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need the world to approve. You need alignment. Because the gap between you and your future self is not time. It's identity. The moment you choose differently, think differently, move differently, the gap closes. This is the principle, the lesson, the reason you were guided into this visualization. Your future is not waiting, it's responding. To you, to your choices, to your frequency. And now it's time to make this real, to bring this from imagination into daily life. 3 to 5 simple, powerful practices. **** 1. The 60-second frequency shift. Once a day, pause for 60 seconds, close your eyes, and ask one question. How would future me act in this exact moment? Would they panic or breathe? Would they hide or speak? Would they rush or move with clarity? Then pick one tiny action that future you would do. And do it. This creates identity alignment. Small shifts compound into massive change. 2. The symbol reminder. Remember the object your future self placed in your hand? Draw it. Write it. Describe it. Make it your lock screen if you want. Every time you see it, ask, what would this symbol want me to remember today? Your subconscious will answer. Sometimes in whispers. Sometimes in lightning. Symbols bypass doubt. They speak straight to your deeper self. 3. The future script journal. 3 minutes. Each morning, grab a notebook and write one paragraph. Short message from future you to present you. It can be advice, encouragement, a reminder, a warning, a celebration. You'll be shocked how often your hand knows what to say before your mind catches up. This rewires your thinking from the inside out. 4. The 1 habit upgrade. Pick one habit your future self does effortlessly. Not 5, not 10. Just 1. Maybe it's drinking water first thing. Maybe it's reading 5 minutes. Maybe it's organizing your space. Maybe it's walking outside. Do it daily for 21 days. Identity doesn't shift with big promises. It shifts with small repeated proof. 5. The nightly alignment check. Before you sleep, ask, did I take even one step toward future me today? If yes, celebrate. If no, plan something tiny for tomorrow. Your brain rewires during sleep. This question anchors your direction. Before this work, life feels heavy. You feel like you're fighting yourself. Overthinking, second-guessing, living as a smaller version of who you could be. You wake up with the weight of old stories. You move through the day in reactive mode. You end the night feeling like time is slipping away. But after you begin tuning into future, everything shifts. Suddenly, your choices feel cleaner. Your thoughts feel lighter. Your direction makes sense. You're not fixing yourself anymore. You're stepping into yourself. You start feeling something new inside you, a pull instead of a push. You begin acting with intention, with quiet power. With the energy of a person who already knows where they're going, and life responds. People respond. Opportunities shift. Ideas land. Confidence grows. Not because magic happened, but because you changed the frequency from which you live. You stop chasing the future and start becoming it. Let's go back one last time. See future you standing in front of you. Calm, steady, certain. They're smiling now. Not because you're perfect, but because you're awake. They hand you one final message. Not a whisper this time. A clear sentence that echoes inside your chest. Walk with me. Not behind me. You are no longer trying to catch up. You are walking side by side with the person you're becoming. You are co-creating your timeline. You are collapsing the gap. You are stepping into alignment. And the future is shifting right now because you are, if reality is responding to you, what are you broadcasting right now? If this journey moved you, if something inside you woke up, if you felt even a spark of your future self rising, don't let it fade. Hit like so more people find this message. Comment below, I choose my future self, or share what symbol you received. You never know who it might inspire. And subscribe for more deep dives into the quantum mind, future identity, and the science of personal transformation. This is just the beginning. Your future self is already waiting for your next step.